Have you ever wondered how the ancient traditions you celebrate started and why they persist? It's a question that stirs the mind, isn't it? This is the enigma we're about to unravel. Let's take a moment to appreciate the vast tapestry of human culture, filled with vibrant traditions, each thread unique, with its own story to tell. These traditions, some dating back thousands of years, are the lifeblood of cultures, connecting us to our past, shaping our present, and guiding our future. But where do they come from? How do these traditions start? Well, they often stem from our ancestors' way of life, their beliefs, their values, and their understanding of the world around them. Every tradition started somewhere at some point in history, born out of necessity, or a desire to explain the unexplainable, or to commemorate a significant event. These traditions are like a game of whispers, passed down from generation to generation. Each new generation adds its own nuances, its own interpretations, subtly transforming the tradition over time. It's like a living, breathing entity, evolving yet still retaining its core essence. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The fact that these traditions are not static but dynamic. They change, they adapt, they evolve just as we do. As societies transform, so do their traditions. They are a reflection of us, of our journey through time. But why do they persist? Why do we cling to these ancient rituals and customs? Because they provide a sense of identity, a sense of belonging. They connect us to our roots, to our ancestors. They provide continuity in an ever-changing world. They offer comfort, familiarity, a sense of the sacred. They are, in essence, a bridge between the past and the present, between the old and the new. So as we embark on this journey, let's keep an open mind. Let's embrace the mystery, the intrigue, the beauty of these traditions. Let's delve into the past, explore the present, and envision the future. As we journey through time, let's discover the fascinating origins of some of our most cherished traditions. Every tradition has a story, a beginning. Let's dive into the past. Each tradition is a thread, woven into the tapestry of human history. They emerge from shared experiences, collective values, and the unique circumstances of a time and place. Like seeds carried by the wind, they take root and flourish, evolving with the passage of time. Take, for instance, the vibrant Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. Born out of the ancient Aztec rituals honoring the departed, it is a celebration filled with marigolds, sugar skulls, and ofrendas. These customs emerge from a belief that death was merely a continuation of life, a journey to be celebrated rather than feared. Across the ocean in the verdant landscapes of Ireland, the tradition of Halloween took shape. Initially, it was Samhain, a Celtic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the onset of winter. The Celts believed that on this night, the boundaries between the living and the dead were blurred, leading to the practice of donning masks to ward off any wandering spirits. Meanwhile, nestled in the heart of India, the festival of Holi sprang from a blend of Hindu mythology and agricultural celebrations. It's a riotous explosion of color, signifying the triumph of good over evil and the arrival of spring. And let's not forget the Lantern Festival in China. Rooted in the Han Dynasty, it was a time to pay respects to Buddha and seek his blessings. Today, the night sky is painted with a myriad of glowing lanterns, symbolizing the reunion of family and the manifestation of people's wishes for a bright future. Each of these traditions, born from diverse cultural contexts, are interconnected by a common thread: the human desire to make sense of our world, to commemorate shared experiences, and to celebrate life in all its myriad forms. From humble beginnings, these traditions have traveled through time to reach us today. Traditions are like rivers, they change and adapt as they flow through time. Just as rivers sculpt the landscape, traditions too shape societies and communities across the globe. But they are not immutable. Indeed, they evolve, responding to the ebb and flow of societal changes, technological advancements, and cultural assimilations. For instance, consider the age-old tradition of storytelling. In ancient times, stories were passed down orally from generation to generation. They were shared around fires, under starlit skies, instilling values and wisdom in the listeners. But with the invention of the printing press in the 15th century, stories found a new medium. They were now written down, bound into books, and shared far and wide. In the digital era, storytelling has taken another leap, embracing podcasts, audiobooks, and even virtual reality. Now, take a moment to visualize the vibrant festival of Holi, celebrated with great fervor in the Indian subcontinent. In its traditional form, Holi is a celebration of spring's arrival, marked by the throwing of colored powders and water. Over time, this festival has adapted to societal changes, becoming a global phenomenon. Today, color runs in cities from Sydney to New York mirror the essence of Holi, promoting unity and joy. Similarly, look at the tradition of tea drinking. Originating in China, it was initially a medicinal practice, but as it spread through the Silk Road, it adopted multiple cultural hues. In Japan, it transformed into a meditative ceremony. In Britain, it became an afternoon social event. And in Morocco, it morphed into a symbol of hospitality. These examples illustrate how traditions are not static entities confined to the past. They are living, breathing aspects of our culture that transform and adapt, reflecting the spirit of the times. They intertwine with societal changes, technological advancements, and cultural assimilations, creating a beautiful tapestry of human experience. Traditions, while rooted in the past, are not static. They grow, change, and adapt to the world around them. Fast forward to today, how do we celebrate these ancient traditions in the modern world? In the age of digital communication, global travel, and cultural blending, one might expect ancient traditions to slowly fade into the background. Yet, they stand strong, albeit with a modern spin that makes them intriguing and relevant to the contemporary society. Take, for instance, the Diwali festival of India. Originally a 5-day celebration centered around the triumph of light over darkness, the festival now sees a fusion of technology and tradition. People today use electric and LED lights to illuminate their homes, replacing the traditional oil lamps but still maintaining the essence of the festival. Moving to Spain, the ancient tradition of La Tomatina, a massive tomato fight, has evolved as well. The core of the tradition remains, but now it's become a global event attracting thousands of tourists every year, adding an element of international camaraderie to the local festivity. Over in Japan, the age-old cherry blossom viewing tradition, known as hanami, has taken on a modern twist too. While the essence of appreciating the transient beauty of cherry blossoms remains, it's now often paired with picnics and parties under the blooming trees, incorporating modern leisure activities into the ancient tradition. And who could forget the Mexican Day of the Dead? This tradition, deeply rooted in the belief of honoring deceased loved ones, has now been popularized worldwide thanks to films and art. Yet, the core practice of setting up colorful altars with offerings remains untouched, even as sugar skull makeup and Day of the Dead-themed parties gain popularity. Through these examples, it's clear that the modern world hasn't discarded ancient traditions. Instead, it has embraced them, adding a unique spin that makes them more appealing and accessible to a global audience. These traditions have become a testament to the human ability to adapt and innovate while staying connected to our roots. Even in the face of modernity, these age-old traditions find a way to thrive and remain relevant. As we travel back to the present from our journey through time, what have we learned? Well, we've seen that tradition is not just a static concept, etched in stone and unchanging. Instead, it's a dynamic force, evolving and adapting as it moves through the ages. From the shadowy corners of our past, these traditions have emerged, shaped by the social, political, and environmental forces of their time. Each one carries within it echoes of a bygone era, a snapshot of people's lives and their interpretation of the world around them. We've traced the footsteps of these traditions from their birthplace, exploring the intricate tapestry of beliefs, values, and customs that gave rise to them. We've delved into the ancient festivals celebrated in different corners of the world, each one a vibrant testament to human creativity and our shared need for connection and celebration. We've watched these traditions evolve over time, morphing to fit the changing landscapes of the societies they inhabit. Some traditions have become more elaborate, gaining new layers of meaning and symbolism. Others have simplified, distilling down to their most essential elements. And yet, through all these changes, the core essence of these traditions has remained intact. We've also seen how these ancient traditions have made their way into modern celebrations. Adapting to contemporary times doesn't mean losing the essence of the past. In fact, it ensures the survival and relevance of these traditions in our ever-changing world. So as we reflect on these journeys through time, we begin to see tradition in a new light. It's not just about the rituals, the festivals, or the customs. It's about the human stories they embody, the connections they forge, and the sense of identity they instill. Ancient traditions are more than just time-honored rituals. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our diverse cultures, connecting us to our past, present, and future.